Hello, and welcome to our Power BI tutorial. In this video, I'll introduce you to 5 essential tools that will help you create more professional and effective Power BI reports. These tools will speed up your workflow, optimize data models, and simplify DAX management. Some of them are built directly into Power BI, while others require a separate installation. Let's dive in and explore how each of these tools can enhance your Power BI experience.
The first tool is Tabular Editor, which allows for advanced editing of data models in Power BI. With this tool, you can make practically any possible change to your data model. Let's go to the External Tools tab. If the tool is installed, it will appear in this section. A very useful feature of Tabular Editor is the ability to connect directly to a published data model and make changes directly to it. You can configure the connection to the model in the following tab: File, Open, from DB. Here, you can enter the server location and log in or select a report that is open locally. On the left panel, we have our data model. Here, we can check relationships, tables, and other elements. For example, let's change the measure, time hour, so that it displays minutes instead. We can now save the change to the data model. With this simple example, I've shown how to edit one of the elements in a data model. When we search for the measure, time hour will no longer appear because it has been saved in the model through Tabular Editor as a new measure, time minute. The second tool is ALM Toolkit. We can find it in the External Tools tab. This tool is used for comparing and deploying changes in Power BI models. It allows model comparisons and synchronization of changes between environments. Just like Tabular Editor, ALM Toolkit is not installed by default with Power BI. The latest version of this tool can be downloaded from GitHub. First, we need to select the source report, which will be our showcase report, and the target report for comparison. We can choose a published data model or compare it with another open Power BI desktop report. I have prepared a copy of the same report. Let's select OK. On the left side, we see the individual elements listed by type and name from the source report, while on the right side, we have the comparison report. The status column indicates whether an element has the same definition in both reports. If we scroll down a bit, we will find the measure we just edited in Tabular Editor. Here, we can see that in the source report, this measure no longer exists, and in the comparison report, it needs to be created. To apply this change, let's select Validate Selection. A message will appear showing what actions will be performed. Next, we choose Update. The changes have been applied. Let's refresh the comparison. We scroll down. Time minute now has the same definition in both reports, while time hour has disappeared from the second report. The third tool is Performance Analyzer. You can find it directly in Power BI in the View tab. It helps identify which report elements are affecting performance and which ones load slowly. First, let's click Start Recording. Next, refresh visuals. After a moment, results will appear, showing us which element loads the slowest. We can then check the details for each visualization. As we can see, some visualizations take quite a long time to load. If we refresh the visualization multiple times, these times usually decrease. This happens because the same action is performed repeatedly, allowing Power BI to cache some element. So, the first refresh shows us the loading times when opening elements for the first time. The next tool is DAX Studio. This is an ideal tool for optimizing and debugging DAX queries. It allows performance analysis, query execution tracking, and a better understanding of how Power BI processes data. Let's check this with an example. First, we open DAX Studio, then use Performance Analyzer, which I just demonstrated, to check the loading performance of individual report element. We'll focus on the query generated by a specific visualization. Let's go back to Performance Analyzer. Select, for example, the visualization showing rentals by hour, and copy the query that was executed to display this visualization. We paste this query into DAX Studio. Then, we select Server Timings. A new tab appears. Now we click Run. The query is now running. If most of the query time is spent in SE query, it's likely that we need to optimize the data model, such as reducing the number of columns or improving relationship. If most time is spent in FE query, we need to optimize the DAX query, simplifying its structure, such as optimizing measures or reducing DAX expression complexity. The final tool is Measure Killer. This is a very useful tool that helps identify and remove unused measures in a model. Often, during work, we create many measures that are not ultimately used but remain in the model unnecessarily. Let's see how to remove unused measures. First, we launch Measure Killer from the External Tools tab. We select our open report. Then, click Run. After a moment, a list of unused measures in the model appears. A summary of the analysis is displayed in the lower left corner. In the center, we see a window listing all measures and columns, with indicators showing whether they are used in the report. Measure Killer scans the data model and identifies measures that are not used. The process involves checking whether a measure is used in any report visual, as a filter, in calculated measures, or in other dependent measures. It also checks if a measure has references in other DAX measures or table relationship. The status column informs us whether a measure or column is used in the model. It's up to us to decide which ones to delete and which to keep. Remember to do this with caution, so as not to delete measures that someone may have left and that will be used in the future. So before deleting, it's worth making sure that you have full ability to edit the model in any way you want. Using Measure Killer is a great way to clean up your model and reduce its size, which will improve report performance.
That's it for today. I hope you found these tools helpful in improving your Power BI workflow. With the right set of tools, you can work more efficiently, optimize your models, and enhance your reporting. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Power BI tips and tutorials. See you in the next video.